Welcome to the Victory Education Lounge. We're thrilled to have you join us for another exciting episode. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below sharing your thoughts or experiences. Your engagement helps us create more valuable content for you. Today we're exploring part 130 of our series, Exploring the Origins of Fasting. Fasting has become a popular health trend in recent years, but its roots go back thousands of years. Let's embark on a journey through time to understand the origins of fasting and how it has evolved to its modern-day applications. Ever wondered where the concept of fasting originated from? It's a practice that's gained quite the spotlight for its potential health benefits, but its roots stretch far back into history. We're embarking on a journey to uncover the origins of fasting, diving into its ancient roots, religious significance, traditional medicinal use, and even its role in spiritual quests. Along the way, we'll see how these historical practices have influenced the modern therapeutic fasting methods we know today. From the teachings of Hippocrates in ancient Greece to the spiritual fasts of Native American vision quests, get ready to unravel the multifaceted tapestry of fasting. Remember, your engagement helps us create more insightful content, so don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. So, are you ready to travel back in time and uncover the origins of fasting? Fasting as we know it today has roots buried deep in human history. Let's take a step back in time, all the way to ancient Greece. Here, the renowned physician Hippocrates, often regarded as the father of modern medicine, was one of the earliest proponents of fasting. He observed the health benefits of this practice and recommended it to patients exhibiting symptoms of certain illnesses. However, just like any ancient practice, fasting during Hippocrates' time had its pros and cons. On the upside, Hippocrates and his contemporaries recognized the potential health advantages. They noticed improvements in their patients' conditions after periods of abstaining from food. Some even claimed it led to clearer thinking and a heightened sense of spirituality. But it wasn't all rosy. The downside was a limited understanding of the physiological effects. They didn't have the scientific knowledge we possess today to fully comprehend how fasting affected the body on a cellular level, so while they saw the benefits, they couldn't explain why these occurred or how to optimize the fasting process. One famous example of Hippocrates' advocacy for fasting is his quote, "To eat when you are sick is to feed your sickness." He believed that fasting allowed the body to heal itself, a concept that's still echoed in some of today's fasting practices. However, the ancient Greeks were not the only ones to embrace fasting. As humanity evolved, so did the practice of fasting, weaving its way into the fabric of many societies, cultures, and religions. And that's where we're heading next. Moving on from the Greeks, fasting found its place in religious practices too. Religion has often been a motivator for fasting, with Christianity and Islam being prime examples. Let's take a closer look at these practices. Firstly, in Christianity we see a tradition of fasting during the Lenten season. Lent, a 40-day period leading up to Easter, has been observed since the 4th century. Believers fast to mirror Jesus Christ's 40-day fast in the wilderness, using this time for self-reflection and spiritual growth. However, this practice is not without its challenges. The physical aspect of fasting can be strenuous, and maintaining the discipline over an extended period requires determination and commitment. A popular example of Lenten fasting is the abstention from meat on Fridays. Some Christians also choose to give up a particular food or habit throughout Lent. This practice serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by Christ and encourages a spirit of gratitude. In Islam, we find another significant example of religious fasting during the holy month of Ramadan. Throughout this month, Muslims worldwide abstain from food and drink from dawn to sunset. This practice aims to cultivate patience, humility, and spirituality. It also fosters a sense of community, as families and friends often break their fast together at sunset. Like Lenten fasting, Ramadan fasting can be physically challenging. This is particularly true during the summer months, when daylight hours are longer. Yet this annual practice is observed by over 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide, demonstrating a profound commitment to their faith. In both Christianity and Islam, fasting is much more than a physical act. It's a deeply spiritual practice that encourages self-discipline, reflection, and community bonding. It's a testament to the power of belief and the human capacity for endurance and resilience. From religion, let's shift our focus to traditional medicine. Traditional medicine, both in the East and the West, has recognized the potential benefits of fasting. This practice has been used as a tool for healing and wellness, capitalizing on the body's natural mechanisms for self-preservation and renewal. Let's start by looking at Ayurvedic medicine, an ancient Indian system of healthcare that has been practiced for over 3,000 years. Ayurveda views fasting as a natural and effective way to restore balance in the body. By abstaining from food, the digestive system gets a chance to rest and reset, helping to eliminate toxins and boost vitality. However, like all practices, it may have its downsides. There may be a possibility of imbalance in the body's doshas or energy types if fasting is not carried out under proper guidance or alignment with individual constitution. A classic example of fasting in Ayurveda is its use to ignite the digestive fire, helping to stimulate digestion and metabolism for overall health. Moving to the Far East, traditional Chinese medicine also embraces fasting as a method of cleansing and rejuvenation. In this context, fasting is seen as a way to clear out heat or excessive energy, harmonizing the body's yin and yang, but it's important to keep in mind that this approach may not always align with modern nutritional advice, and one should always consult with a healthcare professional before embarking on a fasting regimen. A form of fasting in the Taoist tradition is known as bigu, or avoiding grains, which is believed to help cleanse the body and cultivate spiritual growth. So as we can see, fasting is not just a modern health trend, but a practice deeply rooted in traditional medicine, offering a holistic, integrated approach to health and wellness. However, as with all health practices, it's essential to understand that what works for one may not work for all, and therefore it should be tailored to individual needs and circumstances under the guidance of a healthcare professional. Fasting has also been a part of Native American culture. Native American vision quests often included periods of fasting for spiritual growth. These quests, seen as rites of passage, were journeys into solitude where individuals would fast and meditate to receive spiritual guidance and clarity. Fasting played a crucial role in these quests, facilitating a deeper connection with the spiritual world. But like any fasting practice, it had its pros and cons. On the positive side, it offered deep spiritual and personal growth experiences. On the flip side, it could prove physically and mentally challenging. A striking example of this practice comes from the Lakota Sioux tradition. Here, a multi-day fasting vision quest served as an essential rite of passage, marking the transition from adolescence to adulthood. It's a profound testament to the spiritual significance fasting held in these cultures. Interestingly, fasting then found its way into modern medical practices. In the early 20th century, fasting was reintroduced into the medical discussion by doctors like Herbert Shelton. Going against the grain of conventional wisdom at the time, Shelton promoted the practice of fasting as a therapeutic tool for a host of health issues. He argued that fasting allowed the body to rest, recuperate, and heal itself, a concept that resonated with many. However, this approach was not without its critics. The main concern was that some of Shelton's claims lacked solid scientific backing, which led to questions about the safety and effectiveness of therapeutic fasting. While fasting can indeed provide health benefits, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution and should be tailored to individual needs and circumstances. An example of Shelton's influence is seen in the resurgence of interest in fasting therapies. From intermittent fasting to prolonged water fasting, these practices owe a lot to Shelton's pioneering work. His legacy lives on, as Shelton's work has influenced many modern fasting advocates. Today we see elements of these historical practices in modern fasting approaches such as intermittent fasting. We've journeyed through time from the ancient Greeks and their medical applications of fasting to religious customs in Christianity and Islam. We've explored the holistic perspectives of Ayurvedic and Chinese traditional medicine, the spiritual rites of Native American tribes, and the therapeutic fasting methods advocated in the early 20th century. Each of these practices, in its unique way, has contributed to our understanding and application of fasting today. From spiritual growth and community bonding to physical health and balance, fasting has served diverse purposes throughout history. It's fascinating to realize how this age-old practice has evolved and yet stayed remarkably the same in its core essence. So the next time you consider fasting, remember, you are participating in a practice rooted deep in human history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. In conclusion, fasting has a rich history spanning cultures and millennia. From ancient spiritual practices to modern health trends, fasting has evolved significantly. While current research suggests potential benefits, it's crucial to approach fasting with knowledge and caution. As we've seen, fasting is not a new concept, but our understanding of its effects on the body continues to grow. Whether you're interested in fasting for health, spiritual, or cultural reasons, it's important to be well-informed and to prioritize your overall well-being. Thank you for joining us in the Victory Education Lounge for this historical journey into fasting. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on health, wellness, and personal development. Until next time, stay informed, stay healthy, and keep striving for victory in all aspects of your life. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice. Any health-related decision should be discussed with a licensed physician or qualified healthcare professional, especially if you have existing health conditions or are taking medications.